So we've sped up a bit because it's boring going slow. And I'm going to see if we can make the wind work such that you can still hear me while we're doing about 25 knots. We'll see if we can get up to that. Anyway, so final segment in this really before we close. It's really all about what you can do now, actual action the procurement teams should take to prepare for the AI era. We've talked about all of the risks and ethics and those sorts of things, but tangibly, where are we in the industry and what can procurement teams to do this, to fix or to prepare for the AI revolution? I think the first thing is start developing policies that are appropriate for an AI world. So this is things like you as a buying community working with your IT department, what is acceptable in AI terms and what's not. Sometimes you don't want to buy AI, in which case agree that with your IT department, that is the policy. And so you can specifically say to suppliers, I don't want to buy anything that's got AI in it. That's okay. At least you're clear about your rules. If you're okay with AI, but you only want it to be trained on data that's from the UK, that's okay too. So make sure you understand what your policies are and craft that policy in conjunction with your IT department so you're in a position where you've got that ready-made and you can put that out. Similarly, if you're sending out RFPs and those sorts of things, start thinking about including rules around responses within your RFP processes. Are you all right if your suppliers take your requirements document, feed it into ChatGPT and come back with a response that's written by AI? Some people might be, some people might not. Quite a lot of people would be nervous about that because it's effectively sharing trade secrets, your requirements, with the internet. And so you just need to be really clear about, from an RFP perspective, are you happy taking responses generated by AI? How do you want to get to a position where you are using AI in the context of your own processes, but also suppliers will have their own processes. So make sure you're clear about what you're okay with and what you're not. And then I think, you start engaging with the business a lot more readily. Are there legal red lines that you need to consider for AI purposes? So, for instance, if you wanted to make sure that you have specific AI clauses, compliance with certain AI regulation, all that sort of thing, talk to your legal teams, because they're going to have a view, pretty clear view probably, on what's okay and what's not okay for contracts and new supplier terms and conditions in the context of AI. I can imagine most of your legal teams want you to comply with things like the AI Act, which is an EU legislation, or there's quite a lot of specific regulatory vertical compliance regulation for things like financial trading and those sorts of things, where you need to get on top of what you can and can't do with suppliers, because you want to make sure you're compliant with the law. So get your lawyers involved and create a stance which helps you develop some of those clauses that you should drop into all of your standard contracts where AI is being used. I think the other thing is engage with the market. In every industry now, there is a bunch of AI suppliers developing new products that can make your world a better place. If you're okay with AI, you need to understand what's going in the marketplace. So just jump on ChatGPT or Google, AI software suppliers or AI service providers in my industry. Get some ideas and maybe proactively suggest that to your stakeholders as things that you could do to make their business process more efficient. Start thinking about use of AI in the business process context, trying to preempt some of the requirements that are likely to come from your stakeholder community. I think the general sense for me is AI is not going away. You need to get ready for it. And the best way to get ready for it is to engage it, understand it, get your head around it in the context of how your business wants to liaise with it, and then write all the rules down so people are consistently applying them to every procurement. But the sort of summary of this whole segment is, don't be scared by it. It's cool. It does some crazy things. It does some brilliant things. But I think at the end of the day, As it evolves, it'll get a lot better, and we'll all start using it. It'll just be built into our daily lives like the use of a motor car. Now, I've just realised I've completely failed to get up to 20 knots. I think I'm topped out about 15 because I'm getting a bit worried about the waves, and I've got my son on the front holding on for dear life. So I think realistically, I'm going to fail on the 20 knots thing, but hopefully you'll understand why I've done that, and also the importance of AI and what you should do to prepare for AI in that context.